I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa, whoa, walking on sunshine. Well, hello. I'm going to filter some charts and break a chart. And a warm welcome to one and all. And for those of you not seen me before, I am the vocal talent that is Langers, the Scruffy Trader. And yes, I'm in a good mood today. I've had a lovely few days off. Well, sorts of. Let's just say I've had an easy time of things. Every so often I do like a social media blackout. And it kind of helps me reset my batteries. And talking of resetting batteries, here she comes, the sunshine of my life. Come say hello, my dear. Eh?
What you after?
Wait, what am I always after? You put your batteries away and we can maybe... Oh, sorry, that was almost X-rated, boys and girls. Honk, honk.
Oh, that's disgusting.
And I know straight away you'll be going, what on earth is happening here? Well, this is a working office. Nothing is ever scripted here. I just flip the camera on when I'm about to do a bit of work and have a bit of a chat. And my work happens to be trading. And today I'm based in Winky's office. The beautiful wife of mine, a supplier of coffee, because we all know Scruffy likes a coffee. And judging by the conversation we've just had, there's something else Scruffy likes.
You have caused confusion and delay, and terrible trouble to my trousers.
Yes, that's right. It is Star Wars, Princess Leia, not what you thought, you mucky little devils. Well, was that a look of... I was getting the evils there.
You are the most immature man I've ever met.
You're better not.
Yes, you are.
Not.
Oh, God, give me strength.
We've had a jolly time this morning. What you evil eyeing me for?
I'm not even lying.
Oh, was it a look of desire?
You're taller than I imagined.
I'm bigger in every department.
Was it desire? Oh, give us a cuddle. Go on, give us a good cuddle. Go on, be nice to us.
Oh, it's nice to meet you.
Say that. Say that. See, we're not exactly politically correct in here, are we? Mrs. Woman.
You're not.
What are you trying to say?
You're a Neanderthal.
Alright, okay.
It's true.
Yeah. Sorry. We are definitely having a good one today. For some reason, the sun's shining and life is good. Anyway, let me put my coffee to one side and I'll get on with what I am doing. And today I'm going to filter down through a number of charts and pick one. Because that is the way I truly believe you should be trading. Don't jump from system to system and never chase the market. Spend a bit of time looking for a market and you'll find your profits get a lot better. So if that sounds good and you want to see more of this, please click the subscribe button, smash the like. Genuinely helps the channel, but more importantly, motivates me to do more of this. So let me fire the screens up and we'll get it a little bit serious. Okay, so what are we looking at first of all? Every morning, the first thing I do when I'm reading the news and having a cup of coffee, gotta have your coffee guys, is I make a strength sheet. And the strength sheet is kind of rolling over a couple of days. And I'm looking for the strongest and the weakest. And I'm also looking for the change of strength or the rate of change. And why is that? Because it will tell me the movers and the shakers of the market. Okay. And then once I've worked it out, it kind of makes this meter for me. The meter then filters into this. And I look at this first to see if it can pull out essentially a watch list, a basket of currencies that I can then look at pairs. And the way it works, obviously, they're the strongest. This section will be the weakest. and then the gradient of strongest down would be down there. Now this lot is what I look at next if I can't find a trade out of these. And that's because the world currencies, the USD, the Euro, the British Pound and the JPY will always move every day. Regardless of what's going on, they will move. So that's why I have that here. And if there's nothing there, I can quickly do a ready reckoner on this and pull out another set of pairs. So how does it work? Well, it's the CAD against the Swissy. So you come across here to find it. Well, there's the CAD Swissy. And you're always looking for a green light, red light. So it's green, it's red. And then this section here just tells you what the daily ATR is. If it is low, I just automatically look at a 4-hour chart because it's a slow market. I'm not going to waste my time looking at it every 10 minutes. So I look at a 4-hour to see if there's anything there. And then if there is, I'll look to get in. And if it's blue, as in the case of the pound Swissy on this side, it is a day trading, and I'll look at an hour's chart. Because if you're looking at 4-hour charts, it could take it 24 to 48 hours to play out, just by waiting for the candles to close. Whereas a day trade, look at an hour, sorted. So that's what this is for, and it's pulled a basket out here. And what I've done is I've put it into a watch list already. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each of them to see if there's something that can trade. So let's have a look. So we're on CAD Swissy, which is this one here. Now I'm looking at it on a 4-hour chart. Just bear with me a second. All right, okay. What can you see? What does it represent? Well, just on the 4-hour, you can see it's pushed up, it is pushed down, and it's had a strong push up, and it is now stalling here, this level. All right. But there's still a reasonable amount of momentum in the market, and you can see that because of that angle. So let's just move this out of it. So take it right the way out. What is happening? Well, that is really kind of a range, isn't it? It's not going up, it's not going down. So does it tell you anything at this moment in time? Not really. It's telling you it's kind of in the middle of the range. If you kind of go there to there, that could just be a blip. So it's kind of trading to the upper side, and the pressure is still to the upside. You can see that there. But that's a monthly. That's quite a ways out. Now what's happening on the weekly? Well, it's gone up, but it's consolidating. It's had a sell-off, it's pushed right up, and now there's a range within a range. And it's at the top of that range. So is it fair to assume that that could push up to there and then roll over? Well, move it further down. I think that is highly likely. And why is that? Because there's the daily, it's pushed down, still a lot of buys there, that's why it hasn't gone any further. So it's had a royal buy up, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of trading up, and it's still pushing. So yes, I do think that could get easily up onto here. So to look at this, is it going to happen today? Probably not. But it's something to watch. Maybe it's tomorrow, early next week. All right, so I'm going to discount that one. So the next one we have is the Euro CAD. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, well that's had a nice thump, and now it's really consolidating. Now the question is it going to bounce or break this level? No. Let us go out to the higher time frames. Well, there you are. It's gone up, it's gone down, and it's come down to where it's bounced before. So it could squeeze. It's either going to react here or here. Now, the last time was there was a strong reaction and a repel. That looks pretty much to the downside, so I still think there's pressure there. But again, it's going to take a long time to play that out. A lot can happen. But what you're doing is you're kind of trying to get a feel of what the market is trying to achieve. So you go at the weekly. Strong drive up, pushed, didn't sort of make any substantial move further down. It stalled heavily on this level, went back to where it came from, consolidation, slammed down, push up, slam down. Now it's stopped. Right, okay. It's starting to get a little bit more interesting as to what's going on. So is it reasonable to assume that that could carry on down to there? Yeah, it is. So let's drop it onto a daily and see what's going on with the day. Let's get rid of that. Strong drive. Okay, you can see that. Now it's going absolutely nowhere. Drive down. It is stalling on this level and it's breaking. 1, 2. So that's 4 days. So this one has an opportunity to go to the upside. But the question is this going to hold? And it's going to go back to here. Now that's, it's a reasonable move. What's that? 75. Yeah, you get a decent bit of meat in the bone between them two. Is it going to happen today? Well, no, I don't think it will. I think it's maybe's tomorrow, because I think that could push into here a little bit, just test it a touch. Maybe it's down to here and then we've no, not quite. It's a good contender, but not at this moment in time. Right, so I'm going to get rid of that. All right, let's have a look at this one. Pound Swissy. Okay, let's see. Let us have a little look and see what the world has to offer on this bad boy. Okay. Now this one's a day trade. Seems to be holding a trend straight up there. So it's like a channel, if you like. And it's at the bottom of that channel. Let's take this out. Let's just go up the weekly. Slam down, bit of consolidation. Slam up, hasn't come that way. Alright. Pull that down to there. Alright. It's kind of ranging there, and it is broken out up here. A lot of tails. However, it's still quite a tough call, this. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days selling up. Rejection. Personal belief, I don't think this is going to push that much. I think it might get to about here and then roll over. Looking at this. Yeah, tail there is kind of letting you know that the sellers are coming in. You can see that. But markets being markets, they'll try and fake you out. A lot of people will try and go short, probably around this area. It's a bit early. I think it'll push up. All right, so I'm going to kind of discount that one as well. What have we got next? Okay. The US Let's have a look. This looks not bad. Let's have a look at that. Okay, okay, okay. Sorry guys, got my screen on here as well. And I like to look at them at the same time. Right, okay. Now this one looks good. Why? Super drive up, no reprieve, and this is a consolidation down onto a level. Breaks that level, good probability down to here. That's my first way of looking at this on a 4 hour. Let's move it out to here. What have we got? See, this changes the dynamics somewhat. Why is that? Because there is plenty of room to get up. But it's a monthly, and the general consensus is to push that up to maybe this level here. But that's going to take it a couple of months. Let's have a look. So it's not trending. What I'm looking for on the monthly and the weekly is whether there's a heavy trend. If there isn't, it means you can start to become a little bit neutral in your decision. If there's a heavy trend, you want to go with that trend. That's kind of what I'm looking at, guys. Now here, you can see it's moved down, solid, stalled, pushed away, it's got up, it's come down. It hasn't made a kind of new low against this. However, there was a lot of selling pressure there, and you can see it with the tails and these here. There was pretty much no reprieve. The reprieve comes, which is this, which could well be profit taking of all of that, and it stopped dead. And where's it stopped dead? Key level, which is this. Now if it gets under there, that's got a good chance to get to this yellow mark here, possibly this one. Why? Returning back to the midpoint of these clusters. So this one is not a bad contender, but again, it's weekly. But what can we see on the daily? Well, there's that big move. There's all that profit taking, which is ran out, down. Even though that's green, it's still showing down, red, and that's showing pressure as well. Small body, long tail at the top, showing you pushing down. So this level here is definitely key. If it busts that, it's got a good probability to come to here. Possibly this one to brush the tops of that, bottoms of here. So let's take this further down into the 4 hours so I can watch it. And then that kind of confirms there. So I'm quite happy with that. I think that's a good contender. So let us see what the last one is. Okay. And then finally we come down onto the euro pound, which comes from the bottom part of what I was looking at today, and there's not a lot there, to be honest. There's no solid move to work against. It's not really coming off a level. Let's take this out slightly so I can have a look at it. And it's kind of what I would call dirty candles, guys. There isn't a defined range in it. This is sort of higgledy-piggledy. And, well, there's not a lot there. So, yeah, nothing exciting on this market. Not at all. If I was going to, I think it would, looking at it, maybe next week, look for this to push down ever so slightly to return, but it's too wishy-washy. So I'm going to discount that one as well, which leaves me with this. So what I'll do is I'll pause the camera for now, and later on this afternoon, after the candles have closed, I'll look to see if there's a trade for it.
Well, we're waiting.
Okay guys, so I'm back. As I was saying earlier, looking at the contenders, it is this one, USD Swissy. Now it's a 4-hour chart, and the pressures is looking good. Why is that? Well, you can see it there. That one and this one's starting to show signs. So if I drop this into an hours chart, which is kind of my entry chart for this type of market, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a series of orders underneath that candle there to run it into here. So let us pop these in. So just there like so. So 20 pips. Just drop that there. Come on, that one. 30 pips into the middle. And then we're going to put a third one in, just like so. And we'll kind of put that one in the middle there. Okay. Now you'll notice that my targets on this are slightly larger than I would normally set it away. Because if I'm on cable or euro dollar or something, I'll go 5, 10, 15, 20. On a slow market, I kind of let the thing breathe. And because I'm letting it breathe and I'm expecting it to take a reasonable amount of time, I just open up the targets. Just means I don't have to babysit it too much. So I'm not expecting this to be over in a flash. I do think it's going to take a little while. So if it gets down there today, result, but it's still going to be 4 or 5 hours. So what I'll do is I'll just leave the camera. I may split it when I go home and then just come back and give you an update. And talking about, whoa, look at that, another coffee today off there. How good is she? What do you want?
Nothing, I thought you would like one.
Oh, that's very kind.
Dinner time?
Would you like something else?
You dirty old man.
No, fine.
Wasn't that when we were younger? Bloody hell. Anyway, sorry boys and girls. Enjoy your trade, and I'll enjoy the coffee. Okay guys, kind of come back home. This is going to take some time to play out, just looking at it. I kind of left the camera running this afternoon so you can see roughly what it is I'm making up. So this will get tagged onto another video, probably one of the ones next week, because it's a swing trade, and sometimes you can get your meat out of the bones within a day. But this kind of illustrates what my sheet is all about. Because as you can see, it's gone relatively nowhere. But it is starting to push down. So I've got a target here in the green and in the red. And collectively, they'll make a decent amount. And the way it works, for very simple, once that's been taken out of the equation, I'll just drop the other two to risk-free, break even if you like, and then just leave it and forget about it and let it get on with it. And if it comes back and stops me out, doesn't matter, I've been paid somewhat. And if it goes to target, even better. And it's one of those, well, it's what I do with swing trades, to be honest. I have a tendency to set and forget them. All right. So as you can see, it's starting to creep down into profit. It did drop down. And yes, there are going to be those that say, well, why didn't you take your profit? Well, then it defeats the object of having a plan. And you have your certain rules in place. On a fast market, you're watching it on 5-minute chart. Poof, get the money out. If you want to go back in, go back in. Result. But in this case, it's going to take a couple of days to play out. If it gets there tomorrow, brilliant. But it has a chance to be Monday, Tuesday next week. It's nature of the beast. Anyway, so there we go, guys. That was an overview of how I run my sort of spreadsheet, and then the way that I work down through a basket of stocks, or products rather, because that's all I do. Whatever that sheets tell me, I'll put them all on a watch list, and I systematically go through them, and then I just pick what I think is the best candidate of the day, and off we go. Simple as that. That's kind of what I would say about your trade. You know? Only pick the best setups, and if the criteria doesn't fit, don't force it. Sit on your hands and wait, because otherwise you'll find yourself chasing the market and losing money time and time again. And as a little salute to Big Balls, yes, you know who you are.
Big ball energy.
And yes, you did do it today. Sorry, guys. It's an inside joke from one of the guys I speak to regular on the Discord. Oh, dear. Big Balls, one day it'll come through. It'll come through. Yes, we all have stupid nicknames on the Discord. I'm a child, as you might have known, and I love to enjoy my life. And why not? Why not? I mean, Christ, I've been called Langers since I was 10 years old. And it's not my name. My name's Gary. Gary Langley is my name. Langers is a derivative of my second name. And it's just something that's stuck forever. Even my wife calls me Langers.
You serious?
Nah, I'm not going to grow up. I thought about it for almost a second. You know, I was going to have a moment. Actually, I'm going to have a moment.
Hello.
Yeah, that was a good moment to end the day on. So, I hope that all made sense for you. As I say, keep your comments coming. I answer every single one of them. And just pay attention to your trades. So trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.